What's good, Judge Brittany? And today we're gonna be talking about a story that I got into a fight. Don't worry about that. Now I know I've been gone for a long time. I had some important stuff to do, but now I'm back. And I'm gonna post on next Wednesday too. But I know y'all said y'all want a reaction video. I'm gonna give y'all that probably. Let's see. If the video get 15 likes. 15 likes, I'll drop a reaction part 2 video. Any kind of, it could be a funny video, it could be a dark man video, it could be basketball highlights. I don't care what kind, as long as it's a reaction video. But I just wanted to say that. And what else do I need? Oh yeah, y'all. Guess what? I got some new shoes. I got these Sunday. I know it's just too late to show y'all, but I got these Sunday. Yep, I got these Sunday not too long ago. Yep. I don't gotta worry about nobody talking about. Now I don't gotta worry about myself talking about. I don't got the shoes that I wanted those. So. Yep, we gonna get to the video. Let's get it. Okay, so story start now. So it was this time. It was a boy. His name was Braden, and I didn't like Braden because he was acting weird and everything. But we almost got into a fight. We were friends. I didn't like him. I still don't like him, but we not friends no more because we got to the fight. It was like, I think it was third grade. We got into a fight, and we was best friends. We was talking. We was friends until like the 5th grade, and then after that, he started to like switch up on me and get with other people, and I didn't like that, so I had to show out with him too. I had to show out to him too, and I had to show out and get some other friends. You know what I'm saying? But when you have that one person, that person that's really close to you, gonna turn your back on you, and not be friends with you no more. I'm not saying that happened to y'all. I'm just saying, like, if that happened to y'all, I feel bad though. But yeah, it was a boy named Braden. He was acting weird and stuff, trying to do some other silly stuff, and we was all cool until he started like telling me, I don't want to be friends with you no more and everything. So I was like, alright, we can't be friends. No, I got some new friends anyway. It was like, alright, bet, that's a bet. We ain't talking to each other no more. And next time I see you, I'm gonna fight you. And then, so we was at lunch. He started, when I was in the line, he was like, bro, what's up? I'm like, no, I want to say what's up to me, bro. Cause you know what you said, a few minutes ago before lunch started. You were like, I was just playing, bro. Like, nah, bro, I don't play that, bro. I don't play that fake stuff. Like, and then I was like, alright, bro, I was just playing. Like, no, you weren't playing, bro. So he was like, bro, you can't take a joke. Like, I can't take a joke, but that joke went too far. He told me you don't want to be friends and everything. So he was like, alright, bro, we don't gotta be friends no more. And this for real. He was like, alright. And then we was in the bathroom. He was like, bro, and then he bumped into me, and then I pushed him and said, bro, what you bump into me for, bro? And then the teacher was like, don't start that, bro. Don't start that, cause y'all kids, y'all know better not to fight me. I was like, alright, I'm gonna see you next time, though. And he was like, "Oh, see you too." So then after that, we was in the hallway. He looked at me and said, he looked at me and said, bro, he looked at me and said, we can't be friends no more. And said, I don't like to be friends with you no more. I never been friends with you. I just faked like I was playing. I was like, bro, you know you was friends with me on the first day of school, and we we was friends. We started being friends on the first day of school, and then this happened in third grade. We started being friends on the first day of school, and then we were friends till like the fifth grade. After that, he started like to like post like stuff like I hate people that switch up on you. Then I commented and said I was like I'm like bro, you the main one that was trying to switch up on me and everything. How am I gonna switch up on you? And you admitted and said, "Oh, I don't want to be friends with you." And said, "I never been friends with you ever." I'm like, okay. And then he had another post. I was like, friends always fake. I'm like, I ain't pay attention. I just started watching TikTok. And then he was like, and then he comes on my video and said, he comes on my video. I said, he was the main person that was trying to be fake. I ain't trying to be fake. I ain't no fake person. See, Memphis people, they don't play that fake stuff. Once you go back, you can't turn. Once you go to that point that you don't want to be friends with nobody or don't want to talk to nobody, it's gonna be straight like that, and they gonna be like, oh, for real. And then anyway, back to it. Then we was outside. I was a car rider because I was supposed to be a car rider, but I was supposed to be a bus rider, but then I turned to a car rider. So then, um, I started. I stopped riding the bus because I stopped riding the bus because I asked the teacher, "Can I stop? Can I ride the bus?" They said, "Yeah, you can start riding the bus, but you gotta sign your name on this piece of paper." I was like, "Okay." So then I signed my name on a piece of paper. And they're like, all right, you can tomorrow you gonna be a bus rider since you signed the paper." I was like, "Okay, I'm a I'm gonna go to the I'm gonna be a car rider tomorrow." And then so after that, I went outside. I was laying on my ride, and then he bumped into me and said, "What's up, bro?" So I was like, "What's up, bro?" He was like, "You was talking all that smack in lunch and in the hallway in the bathroom." I was like, "No, bro, that was you, bro. You can't lie." And then we pushed each other. We pushed each other 2 times, and then we were like, I was like, "All right, bro, we gotta settle this beef now." He was like, "All right, you settle this beef then. We can put our dukes up right now." I was like, "All right," I put my backpack down, and then I got into my fighting stance, and I said, "What's up?" He was like, "What's up, bro?" Someone he was like, "Swing, swing." I'm like, "You swing, bro. You the one that was talking first." I'm like, he he almost punched, but I dodged. Then I punched him in the stomach. He said, "That's all you got." Like, nah, we can keep on going until we can keep on going. No diddy. And then he, and then I punched him again, and I punched him again, and then he pushed me. I was like, "That's the only thing you do is push." I was like, "Bet." And then he punched me. Then I dodged it again and said, "Bro, you can't swing, you cannot fight." And plus, he couldn't fight, and that's why he was talking all that smack. I'm like, he can't fight and everything. And I just found out he cannot fight the whole time. So I'm like, he can fight, but just be lying. Like, I'm not lying, but I always telling a story. And so we started fighting. He punched me in the face, and then I went to the ground. But then I didn't give up. I got back up, swung in his face, and he was punched him in his nose, punched him in his nose, and then he fell to the ground, and then his nose was bleeding and said, "All right, bro, you got it, bro." like, yeah, I know. I was like, okay. I was like, say look. And we squashed the beef. We ain't even fight no more. And we just stopped. We stopped. We kept talking to each other, but like we weren't like actually friends. We were just and like we just started meeting each other. We were just talking to each other. But then I got in trouble. Then my parents told me to apologize. Then I apologized and I apologized. And his parents told him to apologize. We apologized. Parents apologized. And his parents apologized to my parents and I apologized and he apologized to me. So we friends. I mean, I can't say that we were friends, but like we were like still friends this big even though we were fighting. Like this bit right here. We were like 30% friends. 30% or 30 or 40% friends. A close 30 or 40% bond friends. And then we started talking to each other and then we stopped the beef. So there you have it. My first fight. And I'm in the 7th grade and I still hang out to no fight. That was 2 years ago. This year just started, so 2024. That was 2022 where that happened. So don't ever get into no fight, y'all. If y'all get into a fight, at least try to win. I'm not saying like you can't, but at least win the fight. Like if you go home and your mama mad at you and be like, and your mama mad at you, and your mama mad at you, be like, and she tell your dad, be like, oh, he was fighting at school. He's not supposed to be fighting. I'm gonna whoop him. No, I'm not gonna whoop him. You gonna whoop him. I'm like, and then you be scared, and then the whole time your dad be like, and then your dad be telling you to fake scream, and then I'm a fake whoop you, and then he was like, did you win? And after that fake whooping, the fake screaming thing with you and your dad, they were like, did you win? Like, they was like, did you win? Like, and you be like, yeah, I won. Like, if you a daughter and your mom got into a fight before, and she like, did you win? And then your dad comes to, it's like opposite, like your dad say, did you win? And your dad proud of you, and then reverse your mom, your mom, like you a daughter and your mom be like, did you win? Did you win? You be like, yeah, my mom won. Of course I won. I beat her up too. And then verse again, like, did you win, son? Yeah, dad, I won. I beat him up too, and his nose was bleeding. So yeah, yep. Posting Wednesday, and I'll see y'all later.